Yes, people, I hope you're doing good. Before we get into the video, I just want to let you know that all my sample packs are available via the link in the bio. Use code YouTube20 for 20% off everything. Welcome back to the channel, people. Today we're going to go through how to use SubBoomBass, through some presets, and just what I would do if I was to open SubBoomBass for the first time, and just some tips to help you get the most out of what is probably one of the best bass VSTs out there. So, first of all, I'll just grab SubBoomBass up. So SubBoomBass has a number of presets, and this is where I would start when first using SubBoomBass. A lot of the time, I don't actually mess around with many of the buttons on these sections. I just flick through presets until I find one that I like. To go into the presets, you just click here, and then there's absolutely tons of presets. And then there's different banks of presets as well. So yeah, just have a flick through, see what sounds good. It just as simple as looping your project, playing it, and then just flick through them until you find one that you like, and you can stick with that. A lot of the time, yeah, like I said, I don't always really dial much in. It's usually the release. So what the release does is change the length of the note. So I'll just show you an example. Can make it nice and short. So yeah, that's the main part of SubBoomBass that I usually play around with. A lot of time, I'll just flick through the presets and see which one is fitting in well with my track. A lot of the time when people ask me around SubBoomBass, they always say that, you know, they can't find a good preset. They all sound like a little bit too dark. One of the things I do is I have an EQ on the channel when I first put SubBoomBass on. So without an EQ, I'll just show you what this bass line sounds like. And a lot of the presets in SubBoomBass do sound like that. But if you add some sort of EQ on, there's a lot of like nice subby sounds in there. So yeah, it's a good idea to have an EQ. It might not need to be this harsh, but definitely have an EQ on when you're flicking through the presets. Another element of SubBoomBass which I find can affect the sound on a preset is the legato mode and also the effects panel. So you'll see here this legato. A lot of the time I'll change this setting down here to mono, so it's down the middle. I'll also have a mono on the bass mono on the channel too, and sometimes this effects panel down here can add some sort of strange noises or make the bass sort of phase from side to side and stuff. So yeah, a lot of time I'll have the bypass on the effects and the play mode in mono. So that is just something to look out for when using SubBoomBass. Moving on to note placement with SubBoomBass. So a lot of time my notes will be in sort of this region. So yeah, it won't usually be any lower than like C1. So it'll be somewhere between C1 and C3. But usually, yeah, the sort of this center area around C2 is I usually find is the sweet spot for most of the bass patches. So yeah, definitely a little tip just to try and write your bass lines around this area to begin with and see how you get on. Another feature of SubBoomBass as well is the save preset feature. So when you find a preset that you like, so in this case I've got one here. You can click in here and go save preset as, and then put Jan 25 smooth bass. Okay. And then you can save it in your folder. So that, yeah, so then you can just literally click in the favorite, open, click in there, and then yeah, you've got your favorites folder at O1 here. So you click in here and you can build up a catalog of all your favorite basses. So instead of flicking through those presets where there's tons of stuff you might not want, you can real dial in to just the sounds and just the presets that you favorited, just to quicken up your workflow. So yeah, I hope that's been helpful. If you've got any questions around SubBoomBass, then yeah, just drop them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.